speaking. We're here today. We're going to talk a little bit about, financial health, financial security.
Sure. I think there's a lot of fear of cyber attacks and people stealing identities these days. So I think we decided we'd talk about how can we make sure our clients and anybody can secure their wealth and make sure people aren't opening up accounts in their name and keeping a good eye on your credit health. So what would be the first advice you would give somebody that wants to know about their credit health?
Well, one of the things that has happened to me pretty frequently is people have somehow stolen my credit card information and made invalid charges on my credit card. And I become aware of that pretty quickly and alert the credit card company to that, and they're good about erasing the charges or whatever. But I also have some safeguards set up where I get alerts when my credit card is charged, so I know if it's a legitimate charge.
So you're not looking at your statement every day and saying, well, that charge in Boston, Massachusetts wasn't me.
No, I don't look at it every day. But I do look at the text alerts I get when it gets charged, because I can know that something that I just charged lunch locally here or whatever, that's legitimate, or that sub shop in Boston, Massachusetts, I probably didn't jet over there for lunch today, so I know that that's not legitimate and I can resolve that. I've known people that have had their identities stolen, and it's a real hassle to try to fix because you're fighting against somebody you can't find.
Yeah, and I think that all started kind of back in, I think around 2016. There was a huge breach of data for one of the large credit companies. A lot of people's social security numbers were stolen, and it's specifically important around tax time. Whenever people steal your social security number, now everybody files taxes online. They can create an account through H&R Block, use your social security number, and file a fraudulent tax return just to get a really large refund, and then you're stuck arguing with the IRS trying to tell them that wasn't me. So when that happened, my information was breached, so I called the 3 credit companies and I put a credit freeze on my social security number. So if you do go online and you look up credit freezes, there's 3 companies. It gives you a 1-800 number. You call in, they place a freeze on your account, and no new lines of credit can be opened up on your account. And I think that's specifically important to do when you're going through a divorce. Any debt that's incurred during the course of the marriage, so if that marriage is not finalized or that divorce is not finalized, if somebody opens up an account in your name or in joint names, then you could be liable for that debt. You would have an ultimate defense to that debt if it was a fraudulent transaction, but that's going to be a headache and a lot of costs that you can probably avoid if you are going through a situation like that.
Yeah, that's tough. I think one of the other things that I've found personally is make your passwords pretty secure. I used to go with some pretty easy guessable passwords, the usual pet's name or whatever. But if you follow the suggestions now, most places where you have a password, it tells you need to have capital letters, lowercase letters, at least 8 letters, numbers, symbols, things like that, so that it's not as guessable. And I've noticed recently that my iPhone actually suggests secure passwords for me now. So, I figure my iPhone runs the rest of my life. It might as well guess my passwords for me too.
Yeah, and that leads into a good point. Again, back when you're going through your divorce, a lot of times couples have their information synced to the cloud. That includes passwords, whether that's social media passwords or bank account passwords. Make sure that if you do have that stuff synced to your Apple account or other account, and if it's stored in the cloud, make sure you're the only one that can access that. And again, if you're going through a divorce, your spouse has access to that information, make sure you change the passwords or make sure they're not able to get that information, because we do see it from time to time. People go in, transfer money around without the other spouse's knowledge. So keeping a good eye on your cyber security is very, very relevant in today's world. And again, back towards tax time, I think it'd be wise to go out and make sure that your social security number has not been compromised. Do a credit report on yourself. See if any new lines of credit have been opened that you were not aware of.
I think there's some technology out there that will keep your passwords for you. You know, I've got a lot of passwords. I don't know about you, but it seems like everything I try to do, I've got to put in a username and a password. And you know, I haven't gotten into any of that, but I think there's certainly some technology out there that can keep all that for you and keep it secure in a place that's not going to be breached, hopefully.
Yeah, I would say that the identity theft is not going away anytime soon. I think it's only going to become more and more prevalent in our society.
I agree with that. And one of the things that I've done is I've actually subscribed to a company that monitors the dark web, whatever that is, and monitors my credit reports, and it monitors my credit applications and things like that, and it will alert me if there's been breaches. You know, like there was a big breach in one of the hotel chains recently, and it would let you know if you're a victim of that breach, or you know, if you need to be on high alert, or if there's been an application for a credit card, and you can say, well, yeah, I did that, or no, I didn't, or you know, if passwords have been breached, things like that. So it's been really helpful, I think, you know, and it's worth whatever the yearly fee is to me to have the peace of mind that somebody's looking after that.
Yeah, it's going to save you a lot of money in the long run versus chasing it with no end in sight. So
there's several of them out there, I think. I mean, they haven't paid us any advertising fees yet, so I'm not gonna name them specifically.
So keep an eye on your financial health. Hopefully some of this information was useful for you guys. U of I.
Number 24.
Right.
24 in the nation.
Wife got me tickets to the Maryland game February 7th, so I'll be there in Champaign rooting them on.
Good deal.
Yep.
We'll be there, I think, in March. So, good season so far.
Yep, hopefully they keep it up.
Should be a good March for us. Well, hope everybody has a happy and healthy new year, and keep all that information safe. We'll talk to you next time.
Take care.